Welcome back. Look, it's a little gloomy outside here in our America's Mattress Live tower. Can't look at all this nice cloud cover outside behind me. Fortunately, that's not expected to last through Labor Day weekend. I think it's going to be a nice, a little bit chilly one at that. Time to get outside and do a little travel. 69 degrees right now, 57% humidity. Not a lot of rainfall though. Look, as much as we want rainfall here on the western slope, I'm sure you'd be happy to take a weekend off from it if you have any plans to travel. And I don't really think you're gonna have much to worry about. Montrose, however, is having a little bit of rainfall right now, a little bit of sprinkles over there at the moment. 64 degrees right now. And again, 80% humidity, a lot more of that moisture in the air, of course, allows for that rainfall to get down to the surface. Montrose, in fact, might be one of the only places that has seen significant rainfall today. I mean, look at this, about 7/100ths of an inch there, but not a lot too much else. A lot of it has been contained kind of down towards our south and then got us into Montrose Stretch, and then of course a little bit further south down towards Telluride. Now look here. Not a lot of rainfall coming up in our forecast. All these clouds even, they're going to go away here in the next couple of days. And since some of you will be traveling, let's kind of take a bigger view of what's going on here in the U.S. All right, this low pressure system, we got a little bit of a smaller cold front move through the area today. But it's really the stationary front that's kind of dividing these two blocks of moisture across the country right now. And so those are kind of the areas where you do see that precipitation happening right now. Of course, especially on the eastern side of the divide. And then over in the Midwest, got some cold front moving through. So a lot of us are actually feeling very chilly to start out September. Right now, again, 69 in Grand Junction, getting those mid to upper 60s across much of our viewing area. Delta, our hottest on the map right now at 72 degrees. You wouldn't believe me if I told you that was going to happen 2 weeks ago, right? It's been a hot month, okay? 94 degrees is our average high temperature. That is the sixth hottest August recorded on record through the 28th, which is yesterday. So we definitely did see that crazy week back then. It's been dry too. I know we finally got that rush of rainfall, but only 31/100ths of an inch on the month overall, 31/10ths, my bad. And what that means is the 20th wettest month in terms of precipitation totals through the 28th. So look, this is on a high pressure as we talked about. It's starting to move out of the area a little bit. It's going to fork up a little bit here, but for the most part, we're going to be getting this flow coming over from the west these next few days here. Right now, it's not really popping up behind me, but know that we are going to get a lot more calmer weather. We're going to be under that zone of high pressure, but not the monsoonal flow that did bring us that rainfall, which means you can't be too surprised here on my forecast when I show you a whole lot of nothing coming up this weekend. A lot of sunny skies are in the future here, which I know is what a lot of you wanted to hear. Unless you're heading towards the eastern side of the divide, if you're heading up towards the mountains, we definitely tapped into enough moisture that you could see that if you do have travels over Denver or further east. But at least for us here in the western slope, I think it's going to be pretty pleasant. Moderate weeds right now. We feel a little bit sneezy these past few days here. Again, that monsoonal moisture is all over here towards our east. We're losing access to that. Again, it's getting a lot more orange over on the western coast of the United States. The upper air, of course, starting to get a bit drier too. This time last week, it was 100 degrees. Thank goodness we're nowhere near that. Again, a 20-degree swing for many places. 55 degrees will be our low, mostly clear skies. And then we'll head into the next couple of days here. 84 tomorrow in Grand Junction, 94 in Peonia too. For Labor Day, 91 degrees will be our high, 93 on Tuesday. Sunny skies, a little bit of moisture returning late next week. Over the weekend, you might see a little bit of rainfall next week, but we'll be keeping an eye on that as our forecast progresses. Mostly clear skies on Wednesday in Montrose, 83, 81 on Thursday. Feeling pretty pleasant to start out September, but you might need a jacket for some cold winds.